So I just got off the phone with the DOT and they told me the only two requirements that they have to have this be classified as a motor vehicle insurance wise would be just to have a bed and a toilet. But just to be safe, I'm literally just going to put everything that I've purchased in this bus so that they can have a clear layout of everything that's going to be going down. I couldn't get it switched over, like the title, to a motor vehicle. I don't know how this other girl that I know did that. She said she purchased her bus and it was already registered as a motorhome. That's cool, but the lady on the phone told me I can't transfer the title over to a motor vehicle. It needs to stay a commercial vehicle, but I can insure it as a motorhome. So that's okay with me. As long as I get the discounted rate, I'm okay with that. Ooh, got my toilet in here. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Super cute. And I got the bed over here. Hello, lovelies. So it is tag day. I'm gonna go head over to the Clayton County Tag Office. I'm so excited because I found out that the bus doesn't need to have an emissions test. It is a diesel, and also it's going to be turned into a motorhome, which motorhomes don't need emissions either, which is awesome. So I'm good to go on that. I have my title, I have my current registration, my ID, my insurance. So I think I'm set. I have everything. Next step is to load up the bus with everything that I'm going to be placing in the home, I guess, the home side, so they can see that it is going to be converted into a tiny home. Ooh, this is fun. So I went ahead and placed just what I thought they would require, like, I don't know, a water system, where that water is going to be coming out, a bed, somewhere to make food, somewhere to store food, and a toilet. I feel like that's like a basic home would have all of these things. So I'm gonna leave it at that and head over to the tag office. It's a hummingbird. It's going so fast. O to the M to the G, I got my plates! I'm so excited. So the vehicle is officially registered in Georgia. So that's pretty dope. The thing is, Georgia does things differently than Texas. You don't get it for the full year. You get it until your birthday. So I have 3 months of this registration and I have to go back to register it. Thank God it's only $20, but still, like, Anyways, I'm just glad that that's over with and done. Now I can take off my temp tag and replace it with this one, and it's so cute. I just like the little pages, but I just wanted to share with you guys that I got my registration. It's so exciting. Oh, I also met somebody at the tag office. Her name was Helena. Yes, she is awesome. So what's up, Helena? Thank you for your support and awesomeness. Bro, she was so surprised that I was making a bus into a tiny home. She loved the idea so much. By the way, they did not ask me for a viewing of the vehicle at all, so I put all this stuff in here for no reason. But for you guys, just figure out what your requirements are for the state. I called the state about 3 different times and got 3 different answers, so just be sure you can get the gist before you go in there, because I had to call again while I was at the tag office to verify what was going on, because they're super confused about the bus into a motorhome, but they have a paper for it. They actually have a form that you can fill out and it says bus to motorhome. So my case was the bus is actually titled as a bus. So because it's in the title, I'd have to get a whole new title, but they said that that's not even possible. They said a lot of things weren't going to happen the way I wanted it to. It was really weird, but we finally got it done. I got it titled as a bus, but then I gave them the form for a bus motorhome conversion, so that way it's on file. I have no idea what all that meant, but that's how Georgia did it. That's how I'm going to do it. As long as I am legally driving this and insured as an RV, that's what I want. I want the RV insurance. Then I'll be okay. Guten Morgen, guys. Welcome back to the bus build. So today we're going to be securing the floors down. I totally forgot, in the midst of me being so happy that they're laid and look beautiful, that you need to screw them down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And before, I know I was struggling with this tiny little bit that they gave me using the impact driver, but then of course they make everything for anything. So this is a little drill bit that goes inside the impact driver, and then it lets my little piece sit on top just fine. So it doesn't keep falling out and me having to take a second to screw something. So that's awesome. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. Eee, that's so cool. I hit up every single corner, and then after the corners were done, I just went in between and really just eyeballed it. So that's what I did with that. I used those same screws that I used before, which were the 1" I believe, 1 1/4" construction screws, wood to wood. Yeah, and that same bit that I was using, the extender, is awesome. I love it so much, and it made the project job go by very quickly, which is great because I love when things go by fast. So everything's good back here. The one thing I couldn't do was find my 2x3 that goes down this way. I know it's somewhere like in the middle. I think it's like exactly in the middle. So I could get my measuring tape and find out, but I'm just baffled that I marked it and it's still incorrect. So yeah, I guess I will figure that out later. But honestly, it's pretty darn secure back here. It's not going anywhere, so I don't think I'm gonna do a row there. But where my 2x3s over here were going down, I definitely went ahead and screwed that. But yeah, subfloor is officially screwed down. I also learned how to lock my emergency door on YouTube, and I'm definitely going to show you that trick because it was lit. But for now, what we're gonna do is drill some pilot holes into the wall. I know before in a video, I was trying to screw downwards. So these holes were already here, and then these are the pilot holes that I was drilling to see the size I needed. And honestly, I think I'm going to drill into the wall rather than downward, because Mike was telling me you could do it this way, but the screws are gonna come down. It's not like you're gonna see them, but I think I'd rather them be in the wall. That's what he said he'd do, and yeah, we're listening to Mike always. So that's what I'm gonna go do right now, get the pilot hole ready and start drilling. Okie dokie artichoke, I have my 2x2. Yes, I did return the 2x2s I bought in bulk the other day and swapped it out for the 2x4s. But this one had already gotten holes in it, so kept it obviously, and I'm glad I did because now this can be my tester piece. Since I'm not at Mike's house right now, he can't split the wood for me. So I'm glad I can go ahead and do this one by myself at least. What I have going on over here are those same screws I've showed you before, but I swapped them out for a 2.5 rather than, I think I had a 2" before. So I just wanted a little extra length because this is a pretty thick, what's it called, piece of wood. So already right there, it's gonna go through the wood that much, so that is gonna be in the wall. And hopefully it doesn't interfere too much with my insulation, but we'll see. Anyways, I have my drill bit over here. It's the same one I was using before. Couldn't tell you the number. I'll probably pop it up on the screen somewhere, but yeah, let's go make some pilot holes. Am I the right way? Okay. It doesn't even want to go through the 2x2. Anywho, out with the old and with the new. We have our new bit here, ready for action. Let's go. So here we have our first measurement. It looks like it's going directly where that 3 is, so that's perfect. Now I'm gonna go ahead and measure up where that is on here. Oh yeah, and another thing, what I also did was measure from this up. You really don't know what to call this thing, a railing, I guess. I measured from the railing up to where that hole is, and it was about to the number 2, not inches, but centimeters. So I went ahead and marked that there. Excellent. It is not going into the wall further than this, and I think it's because there is nothing for it to catch on. But I didn't think that that was necessary. Well, I guess I knew, but like, ugh. Yeah, I'll figure this out. So, departing from doing the wall framing, I have to get so many things at Home Depot. So right now I'm going to focus on that back wall in the bus at the very back. And yeah, I'm in the garage. I have my piece of plywood ready to go. It's the same plywood that I was using for the floors at first. So yeah, I just got the first measurement, which is about 19.5 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that cut and we'll see if it fits in a moment. Wow, here goes my rough cut, just the eyeballing it. I measured from the top of the bus to about where the wall kind of ends. And yeah, pretty nice, pretty nice. This already had a curve in it because it was over here on the floor where the, what's it called? Floor curves. So yeah, that's actually working out pretty nice. I'll probably curve it just a bit more and then curve this side. And I guess just keep going back and forth until I get it. I know there's another way to scribe, I think is what it's called, and figure out the curve up the bus, but I don't know how to do that. Therefore, I will not be doing that. So we're just gonna keep going back and forth. Second cut looks great, actually. The biggest concern I have right now is how straight this line is right here. Like, obviously, I'm not a pro when it comes to a straight line. So that I'm going to ask Mike to help me level out. Over here, I cut the same way that I was going to have it put up here, if that makes any sense. You're supposed to cut it backwards or upside down, so that way all that stuff is on the other side of the board. But me being me, you know, this is how I did it. But yeah, it fits pretty snug up here. There is a little gap right in between the ceiling and then this like piece of metal, and that's where I'm putting the plywood right now, and it fits really nice in there actually. This is like the perfect size plywood. But as you can see, I still have a gap running across the top there, so I just need to take a little bit extra off the corners. This is probably the second time I have cut myself on this insulation tape, so please be careful, guys. This is ridiculous. Right now, I am just taking a look at my solar panels. They're so cute. I love them so much. I put a positive and a negative connection together, and then my negative and positive will go into my actual like negative and positive cords. But then I bought this thinking that I needed it. It basically puts 2 in 1. So right now it is connected to my negative wire, and then it goes up into 2 separate things, and they're both positive. So I can hook it up this way, or I could do it the other way, I think. So here I have my treasures. I have this bracket. It came in a 4-pack. I have another 4-pack over here. These are the screws that are actually going to be going into the roof. And then these are what I'm using to bolt in the bracket. And how it's set up is you use your screw, then you get a washer, and then you put one of these like bent washers on top. I don't know what they're called. I called them bent washers, but they have like a little bend in them. I'm wearing a glove because this is the finger I cut, so it's like wrapped up and yeah, safe. So can't really use my hands, but here we go. Just switch. So it goes like that, and then that. And then you would put it underneath, or that's the way that I've been doing it. You could go this way, but it's hard to get under there, put the bolt in and screw it, or nut, I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I've just been going up, and then I get my bigger nut, bolt, whatever, and screw it in at the top. They're kind of loose right now. I will tighten them later, but I just wanted to get the gist. I wanted to understand how they were going to be put on there, because it was a little weird before. I was like, how? But yeah, that part will be going on the roof. It's being weird because I have them connected, but this part will be going on the roof and screwed in with those screws I already showed you. So exciting stuff. All right, we are currently at the Home Depot. Obviously, I'm always here. It's home now. I kind of like it though, like I've said before. Anyways, I picked up some good stuff to start with the wheel wells. I got some long nails because I heard that they're cheaper, and that's fine. I'll use some nails. Old-fashioned hammering. That's exciting. I haven't hammered in a while. That sounded weird. But yes, I got some liquid nails, some new screws, some regular nails, some things for the terminals and such for my solar. But I'm realizing I still need a lot more AUG terminals, I think they're called. I don't even know, for the certain size that I have. And Home Depot does not have stuff like that. I also need some different wire. I have 2 AUG and 12 right now. I need a 6 and in between. So I'm gonna go on Amazon, order that stuff right now, and hopefully it'll be here soon, and then we can start on solar. But yes, guys, thank you so much again for watching. Thank you for following along and cheering me on. I hope that I can cheer you on in your bus build.